Good evening, everybody, and welcome along again to Inside Line Racing. This is ILRGT, the top tier, and we are at the final few rounds of the season. Time does fly by pretty quickly. 7 rounds have been and gone, and we've got 3 more rounds to go. We'll be at Suzuka and Interlagos in the next couple of weeks, but tonight we will be at the Temple of Speed in Monza, a track that is played host to quite a few racing series that we all grow to love, including the Ferrari favourite in Formula 1 and Tifosi. I wonder if any of those guys go and support the Super Formula guys. I wonder if they race here usually, but I don't know. So, I am Jess, your commentator as per usual, and I hope you all have a great evening watching the battling unfold. So, let me just check how many drivers we have quickly. We have 9 in the lobby at the moment, as far as I'm aware. So, don't have a lot, but it's Jam. It's currently on pole position. Now, we are going to talk about the championship because I know some of you guys want to know about the championship quite a lot. So, basically, Jamie could win if he finishes 7th or higher, but Phil isn't here. Phil, I don't think, can make it to the lobby in time. So if that's the case, Jamie could be crowned champion the moment before the race has even begun, but we're not going to officially crown him until basically the end of the race. So yeah, no matter what happens, if Phil doesn't turn out, no matter what happens, Jamie will be champion because there'll be 50 points going into the last 2 rounds, and yeah. So, hope you're always hyped as we are, as times are starting to get pretty close. Obviously, a bit slower times than you would expect in Formula 1. Formula 1, the cars are mega fast, whereas around here, obviously, due to the horsepower and stuff like that, it is completely different. So, let me just get the chat up on my beautiful phone so I can chat to you lovely people. Hello, everybody who's in the chat right now. So, now because the track you could mostly go full throttle, as France has just almost bottled it into Ascari, you can go full throttle almost everywhere, but there's some places where you can't put on the throttle too early because otherwise you're going to bin it. Like this corner in turns the Les mode. The Les modes usually caught me when I play racing games, to be honest, and I think that'll be a corner that will catch most of the drivers if they do manage to do that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. So France is going in the pits. Blizzard is third at the moment. We got Red Matt, who's hoping to have a much better result this week. Now, Matt finished last week. He got 10th last week, like he did last week. And it was nice to see quite a few people finishing. We only had 1 retirement last week, and that's Frisky. I don't think Frisky is here yet. There has been a new update recently, and we may, next season, we may be actually bringing in the new qualifying feature that's in GT Sport now, which I'm super hyped. So we were going to try it for this evening's race, but it was a little bit too short notice for the drivers, and thought it would be best to test it for a little bit whilst we get the sign-ups for the next season, and then actually do it when the next season rolls about. So keep an eye out on the Inside Line Racing Twitter for more information on when ILRGT sign-ups will open again. And I hope you guys will look forward to it. Who knows, you may be hearing me commentating on my antics. I think I am planning to commentate on this again. I've been really enjoying this. It's been fun to watch all the drivers. Some of these guys I haven't commentated before, but there's most people I've actually commentated on before, to be honest. But there was quite a few people that I haven't, so it has been fun. So, I've just retweeted the tweet on Twitter. There we go. Before I forget, I actually remember this time. So, we've got 10 minutes to go of qualifying. And J-Luke is currently in the ILRT themed livery. He's currently sitting in 9th. Is he on a flyer? I can't really tell, to be honest. But let's follow him around the first few corners. So, let's go on board with him. I'm going to go on the roof camera because I'm cool like that. So, as he goes through the long straight, go through the Variante, and then going through the Curve Lacenio, and then the second Variante coming up now, going round to turn 4 and 5. Very tight bends, actually, coming up here, as well as they go through turn 6, and then into turn 7, the second Lesmo, and then going through the Curve de Soleggio, the long straight, coming up here just before you head to Ascari. Very important you get the speed really good around here. And it's tricky to get these corners right, as J-Luke almost went off the curb there, but luckily that was a good save, so he managed to keep it together. He did get a penalty though, so he's not gonna put the car on pole for now. So he's gonna come across the final corner now. Well, we shall see what lap time he is going to set. And he goes in the pits. Typical, he goes in the pits. Oh my word. So yeah, I won't be following him. So let's go back and see who else could be on a lap. As my keyboard decided to... It's just like my leads are having a mind of its own today. But there we go. I think we got it back to normal. As Francis has set a very good lap time in second place. We're starting to see a few improvements already. As he's setting purple in the first sector, which is pretty good. He's hungry to get that pole, which he wants. The main people that have got pole this season has mainly been Jamie and Phil. Phil's got quite a few, so you know, will we see? I would like to see a different person get pole today, but you never know. And Jamie has done previous seasons. If he knows he's going to win the championship, he starts from the back. So we might see that in the next few races. Although another victim of Ascari, that could have been a very good lap from Francis there. I wonder if it's Jam can improve on his lap as he goes for Ascari. The Clover car. He's got J-Luke right behind him. As J-Luke is on his out lap before he goes on his flyer. Yes, Francis goes in the pits after he invalidated his lap. Now, he's not going to improve, I don't think, on his pole time of a 1:28.7. But he has a few more chances to get to as well. So, J-Luke is currently last of the runners right now. Let's see if J-Luke can do better than 9th. But to be honest, if these guys finish, they will all get points. So it is more than an incentive to finish because you will get points. So that is good news for the guys. As he tries to make the most of every situation, as Francis is right in front of him. So J-Luke possibly could get a little bit of a tow as well, but you never know. We'll have to wait and see. I think the only non-British driver in the lobby today is Jam, actually. I think that was the same thing we had last week, I believe, where Jam was the only English person in the lobby. So, no, Jam is the only Spaniard, sorry. I need to get my words right correctly, but you never know. Let's go on board with Jam, actually, and see if he can improve on his 1:28.7 to really capitalise and make sure that he still gains pole position. Nope, he dives it into the pits. So they've got 5 minutes left to go of qualifying then. A lot of people find the bumps towards turn 4 really tricky. Or it might be turn 3. Actually, no, it's turn 3. I definitely do on any game. GT Sport, I think, is a little bit more difficult. But, you know. Don't forget, if you want to get involved in the chat, guys, then please do. I will be responding to chat whilst we're doing this. Yes, and Red Matt has just confirmed 5 minutes to go, so that is good news. So, if you have any questions or want to know about specific drivers, if you're rooting for your favourite driver, then please give us a buzz. And we will give you a shout out for you guys who are watching. As Womair has improved by 5 tenths per second. That pushes him up to P6. I do believe he was P7 beforehand. So that was a slight improvement from him. So well done to Tom. Now, I'm quite surprised Jamie's in last place. But the races I've seen him starting from last place, he usually goes on to win the race. How, I don't know. He's just a machine. But you never know, he might surprise us. There's another victim of the bump. He's gone really fast in that first sector. But not by a lot, though, compared to the other guys. So it'll be interesting to see if he's going to do the full lap. He might do, knowing him, as he goes through long straight to Lesmo and then going through to Ascari as he applies the throttle as he goes through. Hopefully he doesn't bottle it for Ascari. He almost did, but he keeps the car together, which is what we like to see here. So Jamie is going through towards the parabolica now. He's going to brake slightly towards the 50-meter board. You don't need to brake too hard going through that corner, actually, as he applied all the power that he needs going towards that straight. And I was right. I was right. I guess he won't start from last place, knowing that he's got the championship in the bag. But I've got a comment for you guys in chat. If Jamie starts in last place tonight, will he go on and win the race? Let us know. It'll be interesting to see. Knowing Jamie and what he's capable of, I think he can. But I don't want to give any commentators curses last night in the chat. Yes, I'll also do commentators curses when I'm not commentating. So, yeah. Sorry, Jake, if you're watching. So Francis is going to go on for one more lap. Will Francis have time, actually? I don't know, to be honest. As Lambo is going through to finish off his last lap as well. Now, people, when they go on the track here, they got to make sure they watch out for turn 1, because turn 1 is a nightmare on any game. Oh, that was a bit of a twitch from Lambo. That almost gave me a fit there. So, if he can have time to set one more lap, it is going to be... He's going to call it tight here if he's going to do it. But you never know. I think everyone will have a chance to do one more lap, I think. I think one advantage with qualifying, the new qualifying thing that they set up on GT Sport is, well, when we're going to introduce it next season, is, well, I'm seeing bollards flying everywhere. But anyway, is that when the timer hits 0 for qualifying, like normal F1 games, you are allowed to finish it. Whereas on practice, you can't. So, yeah. As Lambo is going fast in the first sector. So he is hungry. I'm not going to predict much, but let's just say there is probably going to be a few dark horses this race. I think. But I'm not going to say it because I'm known for jinxing, and I want to be jinx-free tonight, but that's probably not going to happen. But if I make it through a stream without jinxing someone once, I'll be pretty proud of myself. but that's probably going to come back to bite me. So, Lambo then. Going through Ascari, getting all the speed that he needs. Just listen to the sound of that lovely Super Formula engine. He's going to have time to make that lap, actually. There's a yellow flag. There's someone that's just binned here. I think Jamie's still there. But anyway, he comes across the line. He comes P2. So he improves by 8 tenths, but it's not enough to get pole. So that means he'll start in the front row, which is the highest he's qualified. Fred Panda will be in P4. Fred Matt 5th. Francis will be 3rd. Blizzard will be 6th. Womack 7th. And there's a car park everywhere. J. Luke in 8th. Jamie will be starting in last place. So, are you... Oh my god. Just look at Jamie's lap time. But anyway, we're about to get underway. We're about to go through the standings. So, we have got Jam starting on pole position, followed by Lambo alongside on the left-hand side. Francis P3, Fred Panda P4, Red Matt 5th, Blizzard 6th, Womack 7th, J. Luke 8th, and Jamie in 9th. That was good timing. Let's go, disco. And the 5 red lights are about to get underway. All the drivers are revving their engines up. I hope you're all excited as I am. We are ready to go, and it's lights out, and away we go. And looks like we've got a few people onto a very good start. Jam's starting to pull away quite nicely, but Fred Panda got a very good jump off the line as well. Going through into turn 1. Oh, there's people been diving up into the skate road, and I think we lost one driver already. It's Jam has lost it into turn 1. I did say there would be a few incidents in turn 1, and I'm not really that surprised, to be honest. Blizzard, I think, is one of the casualties. And so I believe I'm clicking the wrong button. I don't really want that. I want this button. There we go. J. Luke, I think, is another casualty. He's dropped it down. But Lambo is managing to hold on to P2. But Fred Panda, from where he was on the grid to in the lead, is pretty insane. So what a good start from him. Great start from Red Mats as well. He's been avoiding all the carnage, and up to 3rd. Who's also bottled it? Oh, it's Blizzard. Blizzard has bottled it through the Lesmo. That is not where you want to bottle it, really. So he's down in 8th place. Francis was 3rd. Now he's dropped it down into 7th. He's going to challenge Jam. Jam has already got a penalty. This is crazy stuff already happening in these first couple of laps. I have hardly any room to breathe after all this action. But anyway, lap 1 has just finished, and Fred Panda has had a mighty start as well. Can Lambo do what he needs to do and try and overtake him going into turn 1? Let's go on board with Lambo going into turn 1. Let's see if he can get the jump that he needs. Fred Panda, he's going to get the exit he needs, and he does. He controls the car very well indeed. I don't think Lambo's going to go past. There's Red Matt. And Jamie's already up to 3rd. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. To be honest, I'm not really that surprised though. So, good on you, Jamie. Just goes to show Jamie is one of the fastest guys, well, if not the fastest ILRGT guys ever. As we're already starting to see a train forming. Jam is also going to try and make up for lost time. He's going to go around the inside of Womack, and he does that. As Womack, oh my god, that was very close from Womack. He's got to be careful not to hit it to Francis though, which he doesn't. No, he hasn't hit Francis, I don't think, as he's still right on the back of him. Now, I did have an answer to what I was questioning about Red Matt's livery last week. He wanted to have a little bit of red in it. He wanted to switch up a bit. So, and I like it. And that's why he's called Red Matt, which I didn't know why, but that's why he's called it, because he likes red liveries. So if I don't see a red livery next season in any car you go in, I will be shocked. You never know, he might surprise me. But anyway, I'm just going to see if there's any other gaps at all. Lambo is in the lead. So Lambo, after we've seen all that battle, I need to be careful to actually not miss the leading battles here. But Lambo has just made his way past Fred Panda. Let's see how far Jamie is behind them. 3 seconds. 3 seconds behind Fred Panda, but he's got its Jam for company as well going through turn 4. Its Jam has really got to use all the power that he needs now, because otherwise he's going to have Red Matt for company. Now, Red Matt was in third, so Red Matt has dropped a few positions. And I'm just taking a sip of my drink there. As here we go then. About to go through a Scary. Can Jam get the jump that he needed? That was almost a tongue twister. But there we go. So, almost pressing the wrong camera there. So, this is a very common place to overtake. Possibly some people would overtake through the parabolica. Just look at the train of the midfield. You can see on the minimap on the right hand side of the screen. The Red Matt. We got Red Matt, Francis, Womet. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. As Red Matt has also got Francis for company as well. Let's see if Francis is going to make a dive in to turn number 1. Going around the outside. Almost going off the track there. But he got the switchback he needed to get 5th place from Red Matt. So, well done to him, number 35 car. I think Red Matt is struggling with his setup tonight, I think. But he's going to try and have another look around the inside of France into turn 3. And he stays put for now. Womet almost having another look there. Now, Fred Panda still managed to keep Jamie at bay. But Jam has just... I swear that Jam and Jamie were on top of each other for a minute there. But Jamie's going to have another look to see if he can regain 3rd place. He's going to take the inside. He's still on the back of him, going for his Scary. I think what Jamie is hoping for is for any of the top guys to make mistakes. Jamie doesn't need to make any mistakes. Oh, well, who's that? That is Womet. Another casualty of a Scary. He's got to be careful to not bump his J-Luke. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. So here we go. Fred Panda and Jamie having a little bit of a squabble as because of those mistakes, its Jam was able to move it into P2 as well. So Jam definitely making up for lost time, but James going to see if he can dive around the inside, and he does. As, yeah, Womet has retired from the Grand Prix. That was a definite retirement there. So that wasn't a disconnect. That was, I'm stupid, as Charles Leclerc would say. But there we go. So, Fred Panda really needs to bump up the pressure a little bit, because he's lost not 1 but 2 positions. 1 to Jamie and 1 to its Jam as well. Jamie could catch up to Lambo anytime soon. You can almost see it in the same camera shot as we go on board. But as you obviously probably know, Jamie is a very fast guy. So, you never know. So we do have Billy who's in the chat. Hello, Billy. Nice to see you. Thank you for popping into the stream. So, it's Jam. Can he do the move that he so desperately needed on Jamie? He's got to do it right now. Otherwise, Lambo's going to start pulling away like a runaway horse, if that makes sense. That's probably a weird saying that I've just said there. Apologies, I'll take that back. But anyway, Jamie, how far is he behind Lambo? 2.3 seconds. He is starting to close up a little bit, but don't forget, you can see on Lambo's car that Lambo has got a penalty, but he's got 0.0 second penalty. I think he needs to find 1 more temp and then he's cleared it. Blitted has just set the fastest lap of the race so far with a 1:29.1. So that's what he has set. Lambo really definitely having the speed here in Monza. Don't forget, Monza is the temple of speed. Now, let's just jump. I'm too scared to jump to the midfield battle because every time I jump to the midfield battle, there's always something going on at the front. So, but you can see a massive train, so you never know. You never know. So, let's jump to, let's see, Francis is still on the back of Fred Panda. Fred Panda could lose another position if he's not careful because Francis is going to still challenge Fred Panda for 4th place. Let's see what happens as they both go through Parabolica. Francis having better straight line speed as he is going to go through the inside of Fred Panda. Can he take the line that he needs to? Yes, he does. And quite easily, in fact. So there we go. Francis is up into P3 of this race and very well deserved. And we've got our first pit stop of the race. And it's Jam. And he's going on to the yellow Pirelli tyres as he just comes out of the pit lane. It's Jam would really want to get that undercut working. So that is why he wants to be where he is. So that is why it's Jam is in 8th for now. He's hoping that Jamie and Francis get behind him, but you never know. So that puts Jamie in the lead for now then. It'll be interesting to see when Jamie is going to pit. I know I've said it multiple times all along, but I do like Jamie's livery, and the amount of effort that they put to making these liveries is pretty decent. As Fred Panda's almost lost another position. He's going to get the inside into Parabolica to Redmat. Redmat's gained 2 positions in the process. Blizzard getting the outside line. Can he do it? And he does. What the exit that he has gained right now is as Blizzard, Redmat and Francis dive it into the pits. Typical, but that will push Red Panda into P2 for now. So, where will Francis come ahead of its Jam? Or will its Jam go ahead of Francis? Like I said, I'm not a strategist. So, I will never know what will happen, but we shall still see anyway. As Francis does go ahead of its Jam. So, oh no he doesn't, as it's Jam and France hang about for the pit lane, and it's Jam goes ahead of him, so Jam doing what he needs to do, but don't forget Francis still has to warm his tyres, but Francis will have the benefit of fresher tyres, but you can see other people that came out of the pit lane as well is Redmat and Blizzard, who are charging for that 4th place spot. That's why I love midfield battles. They're amazing. They're the most exciting in this tier because they're all so close. Now what's happened to Lambo? Lambo is struggling. He's probably pitted just now and he was hoping to be ahead of its Jam, but it didn't work for him. So I think I just give him off my first jinx to the race. I thought I was going to get away with it, but obviously not. Oh no, J Luke's retired. No, so we lost another person. So we have lost 2 drivers. Red Panda and Jamie then are now going to pit roughly at about the same time then. So as Jamie goes ahead, so Jamie is definitely in the lead. So again, not really that surprised as he's going to try and see if he can keep that lead. But meanwhile, the battle for second is getting interesting between its Jam and Francis. Now Francis has had the most straight line speed out of everyone, to be honest, So I nearly pressed the wrong button there, which I didn't want to do. Now, one advantage about GT Sport is you don't have to use the controller for spectator view. I'm using the keyboard for spectator view. Yes, I know, and it is it is a lot easier to navigate because you can just select a driver, and that is pretty cool. So we're going to see then if Francis can get the straight line speed that he needs. I don't think he can. Blizzard has got a 1.5 second penalty, so I think Francis is going to have a little bit more breathing space, but a bit too much breathing space as he almost went for a Ascari, but he saved it. So good on Francis, and Jam has got a time penalty as well. Oh, Francis almost going off there. That is not what you want. As we're going to see how this will shape up for the final podium position as J-Luke has joined. So will J-Luke be able to join back? I don't think he will be. He'll be starting from last place and a few laps down actually. So it's going to cost him. I don't think he can join back. But let's go on board with Blizzard as he's going to try and take the inside line on Francis then. Oh, Francis almost getting a dive there on Blizzard. Blizzard now dives to the inside and he makes it work. Good job from Blizzard. If you've known Blizzard and Francis from other leagues, they do like to battle with each other quite a lot. They were teammates in ILRGT1 last season, so but I don't think they're teammates this season though. Blizzard is teammates with Onyx in ILRGT1 this season. So both champions in a car. That will be very, very strong, but we'll find out on Sunday anyway, as ILRGT1 begins tomorrow. If you're interested, the streams will be back for F1 2019 for the PS4 tiers anyway. The PC tiers had their first showing last night, and to be honest, I was very impressed with the PC leagues. It was good turnouts, good. I think it was a full lobby, and there was a lot of people watching as well. So if you were watching the PC stream last night, thank you for all your support. And it was Ruben's first time commentating as well, and he did a really good job. So Ruben, if you tuned in, great job on last night, by the way. So, Red Matt, he is in 5th. Now, he was in 6th after that chaos, but he's able to somehow get a very good pit stop. And he's got Lambo trying to challenge him as well. So, Red Matt, he could get his best finish as he almost went in the gravel. Please don't jinx, don't jinx. Oh, if I jinx again, that will be absolutely annoying, as Lambo is setting fastest lap after fastest lap at the moment. Can Lambo get the inside of Ascari? No, he backs out at the moment. If I was him, I would probably back out as well, because otherwise it would cost him a little bit. Lambo goes to the inside of the straight. Red Matt getting a 110 penalty, as Red Matt is up into 5th. Jam still in 2nd place. Blizzard and France are still fighting for 3rd. It's going to be tight, but I think Blizzard will hold on to P3. As Jam, let's see where Jam is compared to Jamie. Wow, 3.2 seconds. Now it's down to 3, so Jam is starting to close up a little bit. Now let's jump with Red Matt and Lambos. We've got an interesting move going into turn 1. Red Matt has to conceive. Lambo getting the outside line done amazingly well there, as Lambo is now up into 5th place. Even though he's starting on pole position, I didn't see what happened to make him lose a few positions at the beginning, but he is back on a comeback charge, and he absolutely wants it. I was about to say a swear word there, but I would get told off if I said that, so not going to say a swear word. So yeah, so Lambo doing all he can, which is really good from Lambo's side of things. As we're going through the bridge then, Blizzard getting a 1 second penalty now. We're seeing a lot of penalties in Monza. Am I surprised? No, because on this game, Monza is notorious for getting lots and lots and lots of penalties. I was about to say lots and lots and lots and lots, but there we go. So, I think Red Matt is starting to lose time on Lambo. I think I jinxed... I swear I jinxed Red Matt. Oh my god. Jess, stop talking about well, if I don't stop talking about drivers, there's going to be no race. So, I do have to talk about drivers. But, yeah. And according to J-Luke's power tripped. So I think that must be the power to his PS4. So that's why he is out. So there was no fault of the car. It was... Oh! Did Lambo hit the gravel? I don't know. I think he almost did. As Blizzard gets P2. So Jam has lost it. I think Jam is losing time on these guys as Francis goes around the inside as well. So Blizzard will be getting his best finish of the season in this tier. He's got 1 win this season, but in tier 2, before he got moved up to tier 1 from the second race onwards, because he is a pad king. I think he still raced on the pad. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. He might have done. As Francis goes wide again, Jam could get the position back. I think a lot of these people are starting to struggle on the tyres a bit earlier than they thought. Maybe they've been pushing a little too harder. A little too hard, I mean, not harder. That doesn't make sense, but that'll allow Blizzard to pull away. It's Jam almost getting the move done there, but I think Francis will take P3. That will be Francis' best result of the season as well if he keeps this up. So Francis on the penalty. It's Jam on the penalty and Blizzard on the penalty. I think they're pretty much even on penalties. Oh, Francis has just bottled it. That was in turn 3 and 4, I believe. So yeah, Francis has got making ground to do now. He's now down into 5th, and he's going to have Red Matt on a charge if he's not careful. So that could definitely cost him. That will allow Jam to have a bit of a breathing space. Can he catch up to Blizzard? We all know how Blizzard is also good in this game. Blizzard hasn't shown much potential on this game in tier 1, but you never know. He could surprise us on the final couple of races. And he is surprising us. He's doing very well in the Cannon livery. I need to think of names of liveries. If you know Evil Dragon, Evil Dragon is also a commentator for ILR. He used to commentate on ILRGT. He makes up really good names for liveries, and he tries to think of names of them. And sometimes he can distinguish it quite well, much better than me anyway. Because I think his eyesight is better than mine, I think. So, yeah, Evil Dragon is known for being funny. So, yeah. I will start, to be honest, I will start to think of creative names for liveries. We shall see anyway. So after this race in Monza, we will have, I do believe, let me just check the calendar very quickly. We have Suzuka next week, and we also have Interlagos next week. So, well, Interlagos week after, I mean. And J-Luke said our commentators cursed him. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, J-Luke. You know. But I was jinxing a lot of people last night, like I said earlier, but not going to go anywhere else. Because if I talk about jinxing, I'm probably going to end up jinxing other people in this race. So, not going to say that. So, we're on lap 16 and 27. Jamie, miraculously, from last place for 9th on the grid, still leads. And we got Blizzard in P2. But Blizzard, I think, keeps it by 10 seconds. Is that right? Yeah, that is. No. That's 10 seconds to the leader, my bad. 3.2 seconds it separates Blizzard and Jam. So we've got 11 laps to go of this very intense Monza Grand Prix, well, Italian Grand Prix. Monza is in Italy. The Italian Grand Prix used to be held in San Marino before it was called the San Marino Grand Prix in Imola. I might be wrong. I probably might have said incorrect facts there, but if I did, then I'm sorry. So, let's just see if there's any other cheeky battles. We haven't seen that many people get lapped here, which means I think what is happening is a lot of these people in this lobby are pretty much very, very equal on pace, which is what I like to see. And it's nice to see that, because then we get to see more battles. We still almost got a train forming, as Lambo is around about 1.9 seconds behind Jam. And France is about 1 second. He's got Red Matt right behind him as well. France is starting to struggle a little bit. Who he's going to pit first? It's Jam. It was one of the first people to pit, so if anyone would struggle, it would probably be Matt. But it's Jam, and I've just said it right there as he's taking an interesting line there. So yeah, I've just jinxed him again. Just don't say anything more about strategy. I don't want to turn into a David Croft where I say wrong things, you know? I don't want to do that. I definitely do not want to do that. So, it's Jam, I think, will probably be the first people to pit, I think, for their final stop of the race, which will last for about 10 laps until the end. Will these tyres make it to the end? We'll just we'll have to wait and see. So what we're going to say about It's Jam. No, It's Jam is not the first person to pit. Oh my god, Jess, what are you talking about? But I can't really predict magic. But anyway, Red Matt, Blizzard, Lambo and France have all pitted. The only people that have not pitted is the top 3. And that is Jamie, It's Jam and Fred Panda. Blizzard has come out and pitted. I wonder if the undercut would probably work for Blizzard. Probably not. But you never know. You never know. Blizzard could surprise us. And speaking of lovely hot day, it has been as hot in Britain than last week. Last week it was scorching hot. This week it hasn't been as bad. This week it's been alright. It's been reasonable. It's been hot, but a reasonable type of hot. So, as Jamie's about to start lap 19 and 27 with 8 laps to go. He is 8 laps before he will get crowned officially the ILRGT1 champion of season number 5. I do believe it will be his 5th title, I believe. Would it be his 5th title? I think it will be. So, and It's Jam goes into the pits right now with Fred Panda and Jamie still yet to pit. As It's Jam comes out, doesn't come out ahead of Blizzard. So It's Jam was hoping that the cut was going to work, but unfortunately it wasn't. So I think Blizzard is still Oh, and Francis is out as well. Was that a disconnect from Francis? Was it? Couldn't he handle the tyres or anything like that? I'm not entirely sure. The annoying thing is you can't really see on this game. You can't really see how they retired, which is a bit annoying. So, if you ask me how did France retire or disconnect, I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see. Fred Panda's still in second. He will have to pit soon, but if he pits soon, Jamie will come out ahead of him still. But I think he will come out ahead of him anyway. Most people are about to make their final stops of the race then. As Jamie comes out, Fred Panda pits as well. Yep, Jamie is going to come out ahead. I think Fred Panda can read my mind, you know. But anyway, 7 more laps to go of this. Oh, that was a big bump that Jamie was experiencing there, but there we go. But yeah. So 7 laps to go, then let's just go have a quick rundown of your orders. So we've got Jamie, who is leading, Blizzard, P2, Jam, P3, Lambo, P4, Fred Panda, P5. He's about 1.1 seconds clear of Red Matt. So he's I think that's the only battle we have, because we only have 6 drivers on the track right now. The rest of the field is so spread out that I can't really keep track of it. So Fred Panda then. He's got to back up with the pressure. He's lost quite a few positions throughout this race. He can't afford to lose any more, to be honest, because otherwise it could nip you in the butt. Fred Panda's best finish this season was in Japan in Fuji, around round 5, I believe. So that was the second time I was commentating on Tier 1. I was filling in at the time, and then I found out in Kyoto that I was actually going to do this for the rest of the season. So there we go. So can Fred Panda hold on to Red Matt? I'll have to wait and see, as it's Jam's got a 7/10 penalty. I think I can see Lambo in the background. He's probably closing up to him, but not quite a bit. 4.4 seconds, so he's got some timing to make up, but I think pretty much everyone has pitted now. Oh, Lambo! Oh, I jinxed him again. Why? Why? Lambo, no! So Lambo just did a massive bottle there, but he stays in 4th place. But he's going to have Fred Panda and Red Matt catch up if he makes any more mistakes. So Lambo, please do not make any more mistakes. Excuse me. Just had a bit of a coughing moment there. Didn't want that to happen. Luckily he didn't bottle it through Ascari, so that was good. So Fred Panda and Matt still battling then. The only battle that pretty much we can see on the track right now. So Red Matt, is he going to go around the outside now, or is he going to wait until he gets to the start-finish straight? He's going to wait until he gets to the start-finish straight then, going towards the start-finish straight. How many times have I said that? I don't know, but I'm not going to say much anymore. Which line is Red Matt going to take? He is going to take the inside line going into turn number 1. Let's see what he does here. He takes the inside. Oh, he almost went through the escape road, and he possibly didn't want to go into the escape road, because otherwise he would get a penalty, and nobody likes penalties, because he will have a bit of a ground to make up if he did that. So Fred Matt now 6/10 behind Fred Panda. This is gonna be absolutely insane these last couple of laps. Everyone else is pretty much spread out according to the mini-map. Or lapped or anything like that. But apart from that, you know, it's going to get intense. And I don't know why there was one bridge called Brembo. Is Brembo a sponsor? Can someone let me know? That would be great. So, Red Matt does have another chance going through Ascari, the last bit of Ascari, and he's going to go through Parabolica. I don't think he's that close to make the all-important move that he does now, because I can see that Fred Panda is starting to pull away, so I don't think he's going to get the jump. And you can see a lovely view going into turn 1. It is nice and sunny. Please, GT Sport, introduce the weather patch, please. I want to see wet races. I always pronounce my W's in a very weird way. But there we go. So, lap 23-27. Right now, Jamie still leads by 3.5 seconds from Blizzard. Blizzard is 6 seconds behind, well, clear of its Jam. Its Jam is 9 seconds clear of Lambo. Lambo is 8 seconds clear. Red Panda! That mistake for Fred Panda's going to close up to him even more if he does that. I think Lambo, has pushed his tyres a little bit too much, which is not what you want. Not what you want around this track, I must say. So he is, he's got some making up to do, and according to the chat, according to the Tier 1 chat, Francis' PS4 is turned off by itself. So a lot of problems with the PS4 tonight. One power cable is gone, and then another's PS4 turned off randomly. So yeah, I think the PS4s have had enough of us tonight. Hopefully mine won't die, but I think we should be fine. But anyway, I think at the moment, unless Fred Panda makes any mistakes, Red Matt, I think, is going to stay 6th place, which will still be a good result for Red Matt. That will be his second best finish, because his best finishes were in Dragon Trail and Autopolis, which was the first 2 rounds of the season. And yeah. To be honest, it is nice to see these drivers grow to the people that they are today. Absolutely love them. Great to see fantastic racing. Shame we're not seeing that much battling now, but it is coming towards the end of the race, and people are starting to find a little bit of rhythm to themselves. They are starting to get used to the track as well. Don't forget also, you can also join us on Discord, on Inside iRacing Discord, which was launched in February, which is amazing. So make sure you do check it out. We chat pretty much everything. We chat Formula 1, GT Sport, Project Cars, even Dirt as well. So, and also it's just a friendly place to chat with other drivers. So if you want to join, link I believe is on Twitter, so make sure you do check it out. Anyone can join it really. We are a friendly bunch, and if you're in a league, we'll give you a league role. So like, say if you're a PS4 F1 driver, you will get that role. If you're a PS4 GT driver, you will get that role. As long as you race in ILR, of course. So it'll be great to see some of you guys there. Oh no, Blizzard! Blizzard was having a very good race, and its Jam has just gone past him. So Blizzard has just done a massive, massive, massive bottle in, you guessed it, Ascari. I swear, most of the bottles tonight have come through Ascari. And Blizzard almost just had an off there as well. Did some of these guys pit one lap too early? I think that's what some of these drivers are starting to realise. Which is a shame, really, because Blizzard was doing so well. Blizzard was on for its best result of the season on P2. But he is still going to get P3, which would be a massive achievement. But knowing him, he doesn't want to make any more mistakes, because otherwise Lambo could overtake him. So Blizzard has got to get his head in the game. Now, it's Jam. I don't think he's going to catch up to Jamie. I don't think. Is Fred Panda going to hold on? I think Fred Panda could hold it to Red Matt, I think so. Oh no, Red Matt spun. He spun in the gravel, but he's safe anyway. But, and he's in the gravel again in the Yorkshire Tea car. He's probably going to have a little bit more Yorkshire Tea after this race, after those mistakes. But there we go. So, that I think, that is Red Matt's chance of getting P5 over, I think, which is a bit of a shame. But there we go. We're on the final lap of this race then. And we're going to ride on board with the champion in waiting. Not really that surprised on the... If you look back for the past few seasons and just see the achievement that he has made, it's pretty incredible. He's a great driver. We haven't seen much for him today because as soon as he came out of the pits, he stayed in the lead. So, that was in the first pit stop. Jam! Another good, strong result from him. He started on pole. He dropped it down to 8th, I think, or 7th. And he had to come back to P2. He did a Sebastian Vettel. Almost, except he started pole instead of last. But there we go. But, yeah. Jam almost did a Sebastian Vettel, so good on him. Good on him, but let's go on board with Jamie. He is the only person to have won every single race this season. And he's going to come across the final corner. This is the moment that he's been waiting for. He's going to add another ILRGT crown to his name. He has won the title of ILRGT Tier 1 of season number 5. It was pretty much known up to qualifying, but it is now official. Jam comes across the line in P2, which will be his best result of the season. It's Jam's best result. Was 7th in Catalonia last week, but tonight is going to mark his best. He's going to be pretty happy. He's going to be very happy with that result. Blizzard, P3. If it wasn't for that bottle, he would have been P2. Lambo, P4. Fred Panda, P5. And Red Matt is about to come across the line. He's going to be last of the finishers. But what a result for Jamie. He is setting records. I think he's the only person out of all the leagues to win every single title that he's competed in the top tier, which is very impressive. So, well done to Jamie. He is your ILRGT Season 5 champion. And the confetti is already flying already. And as you can see, he started from last place as well. So, yeah, congratulations, Jamie. Well done. So, that is it then for this round. Make sure you join us next week for Suzuka, one of my favourite tracks, period, to commentate on, because it has a lot of flowing corners. I think a lot of people would appreciate it on the wheel as well. So, looking forward to it. Make sure you join us then for the penultimate round of the season. I've been JustGamer95. Have a good evening, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night, and good night.